Welcome to The Link. My name is Joni Wedler, and we have a really special program for you today. I'd like to welcome Jake Beneski.
Hi, Joni.
Hi, thank you so much for being here. And you are a Wish coordinator, Wish Journey coordinator with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. But we have to go back, Jake.
Let's
and
do
we
it.
have to talk about how you got involved. You are a Wish kid. What does that mean?
So I'm a Wish alumni. So well, we'll go way back. So in 1999, I'm 22 years old, and I was born with common variable immune deficiency, CVID, which is a immune deficiency, and von Willebrand's disease. So I have a bleeding disorder. And my twin brother as well, and then we also have a little brother who has the same thing. So all three of us actually had wishes granted thanks to Make-A-Wish Connecticut.
So how old were you, Jake, when you discovered, were you baby when they knew about your...
6 weeks old.
6 weeks old.
Straight out the chute, kind of. It's all I've known, you know?
Yes, it's all you knew. So
Yeah.
Obviously you weren't with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
No.
At that time.
Not at that point.
So you were, as a young boy, you were in and out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Quite often?
Very often. You know,
What was that like?
It was my childhood, and to be honest with you, it's sometimes hard to recall because you block out so many things. That the truth is, you know, my little brother had his wish granted in 2005, and that's when we were introduced to Make-A-Wish Connecticut.
He was first.
He was first, and when I say my little brother's wish was granted, we all got to go on everybody's trip. It was a whole family thing. And that's when Make-A-Wish was introduced, and that's honestly when memories start being formed in my mind. You know, there's not much to remember being sick and ill.
However, there is something to be said when you go to school and everybody's talking about what they did on their summer vacation, or maybe even what they did on the weekend, which might have been playing a sport or something, and you might have not had that experience. You might have been in a hospital setting. And nobody else in your class had that same experience. So that's got to be lonely.
It's very lonely, and I think especially when I was a little kid, I was like, this is kind of cool. I'm a little different. But when you get older, you start noticing it gets really, really difficult to feel like, man, I'm not getting the same experiences as everyone else. I'm kind of left out of the, you know, playing football, or my weekend was, 100 milligrams of Benadryl. I used to always brag, I could take 100 milligrams of Benadryl and not be tired. And it's like, that's not a cool thing to brag about.
And nobody could relate.
No, they're like, what the heck is that?
Right, they couldn't relate to you. They had no idea the strength that you had to have within yourself to bring that out.
Yeah.
And so how did your folks you're a Connecticut resident.
Yep.
All right, so how did your folks first identify with the Make-A-Wish Foundation? And part of what I learned by having you visit us today is that not all children that are eligible for Make-A-Wish are terminal.
Yeah, and that's a big thing, and I think me and my brothers are a testament to that. As you can tell, I'm still dealing with my conditions, but I look perfectly healthy, and I've had a very fulfilling life, and a lot of us Wish kids, Make-A-Wish has granted over 3,600 wishes, and there's a lot of kids who we've seen grow up and are doing so much to give back to Make-A-Wish, and we are a really strong community and family of people who are just living a great life thanks to the support system we have built around us.
All right, so we got to go back a minute, and when we talk about these different statistics right now, we're talking about Connecticut Make-A-Wish, so 3,600 just in Connecticut. We're going to mention that Connecticut is 35 years old, Make-A-Wish, and then international, the whole Make-A-Wish Mothership Foundation is 40 years. But let's go back to your mom and dad who said, okay, your brother, you know, how did they get?
So we got referred actually by our child life specialist at Connecticut Children's, which was the hospital.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, and I didn't, you know, I was so young, I didn't know what was going on, but I think it was scary for my parents, like Make-A-Wish, because of that stigma, like you said, what does this mean? Is it terminal?
My child terminal.
Exactly. And they came to learn that, no, that we kids who fall under critically ill, so we have a list, and you know, you can refer a child, and if they qualify, they're available for a wish. So all three of my brothers me and my two brothers qualified, and that was through CCMC.
And there's a real process. It's not just, okay, now you have an eligible child, and then the wish happens, and then that's it.
Yeah.
There's much more to it, and we're going to go through that. It's a journey, and you're a wish journey coordinator now. So when all was said and done, you decided, Jake, to say, you know, and Jake is like 6 feet tall, robust young man. So honored to have you here, and you're giving back now, and you've made this a vocation where you're really a part of it, and you get it. So when a kid comes through the door, or mom and dad, or dad come through the door, you get it. You're just not someone who was trained. Not that none of the other staff are very compassionate, and you were talking about how wonderful the staff is.
We have an amazing staff at Make-A-Wish Connecticut.
They really care, and the board of directors and all that, which is great. But you get it.
Yeah.
And so what's the journey like?
So when a kid's qualified, they'll be assigned wish granters who that's a type of volunteer, and it's really cool, and it's a great way to get involved for people to become a wish granter, and they kind of try to get the wish out of the child, and they'll talk about the wish and discover that. And we have this amazing new facility that we opened up in Trumbull called the Wishing Place. And it's something I'm so excited about. It's kind of where we call it Disney meets Willy Wonka here in Connecticut for our wish kids to come and discover the heart of their wish.
What does that mean, discover the heart of the wish? And we're showing the viewer how amazing this place is. I could just sit in the treehouse myself.
And come visit. We'll have you down. Come visit.
But what is the journey? What does that mean to discover what your wish is?
Well, so there's 5 different types of wishes. I wish to have, I wish to be, I wish to meet, I wish to go, and I wish to give. And inside of the Wishing Place, we have our wish factory that will highlight the 5 different types of wishes, and the kids can walk around and see pictures of different wishes and experience different things. We have games they can play, and an arts and crafts area to draw, maybe get their idea going. But you really think about the magnitude of a wish. I mean, mine was to meet the cast of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, right, which was a favorite TV show of mine. But it was so much more than that. It was Dylan and Cole Sprouse. They were amazing to meet, but I think from the moment we had our wish, I realized I'm part of something way bigger than a trip to California. It's being brought into a community. So discovering your wish is just figuring out this is what would make me the happiest and give me the most hope throughout the journey that these kids are going through. It's definitely not easy. And to have something to look forward to like a wish means everything.
It's magic.
It's magic. It really does. It's healing. And it's hope, and it's joy, and it's strength.
Yeah.
And that's what Make-A-Wish is.
Yes. And so the discovery process, you take the child through many different avenues to say, okay, well, maybe I'd like to be, or maybe I'd like to meet, or maybe, no, maybe I'd like to go.
Yeah.
Maybe that's really it.
Yeah.
So by the time that wish is solidified for that child, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Solidified, yes, it would be solid.
Yeah.
And then the process begins. You've got airport greeters and wish helpers. So I saw that at one of the facilities, there's a parking space for the wish kid, like VIP.
Yes.
You know, it's a big deal.
Yes, it is a big deal, and that's what we have. Wish granter volunteers who they come and they'll take the kid on the journey and talk to them and keep them connected, even when they're at home or in the hospital. Send them little boosts to keep their spirits up throughout their journey while they're waiting for their wish. The airport helper, which is amazing, or airport greeter, which is amazing. So let's say a kid wishes to go to Disney, we'll have you're able to come and volunteer and welcome them to the airport before they go off on their wish trip, which is just amazing.
So exciting.
Yeah, it's so cool. I want everyone. You don't have to be a wish kid or a wish family to be involved. Okay. And it's something that I feel like everyone should experience because it is magical.
Yes, and you're part of that whole thing.
Yeah.
So how did your wish, and you went on the wish for your brother also, two brothers.
Two brothers, yeah.
How did that impact your family?
I mean, you really can't put into words, so I'll try my best.
Okay.
But it gave us something that we could really just enjoy and celebrate. I mean, especially for my parents, my mom, with one kid with a critical illness, spent a lot of time in the hospital, and for her, it was times 3. And she spent so long in the hospital, and just to see we didn't have to plan the trip. We didn't have to worry about the medical stuff and this and that. Like, that was all taken care of.
I was going to ask that. How does that work with the medical stuff?
You know, we have connections that there was always a phone number, or there was always somebody that we could call, and we knew we were in good hands. So there was really no stress. And I think for my mom to be able to say, I don't have to worry for even just 5 days, is huge. That's
to see you smiling.
To see us smiling, to see my parents smile, it brought us so much closer as a family. And my older brother, who fortunately, didn't qualify for a wish, got to come with us too. And he was part of the family. They didn't leave him out. They made sure.
No, because he's part of the family.
Exactly.
with the illness.
Yeah.
You know, so why not have him be part of the family for the joy, even though he wasn't personally experiencing the illness, he was personally experiencing being part of the family.
Exactly.
And so that's true with siblings of other families?
Yeah.
And when they come to the Make-A-Wish, are they coming as a family?
They come as a family. Okay. You know, we always say once a Wish family, you're always a Wish family, and the whole family is invited to partake in the wishing place and the trip and whatever that experience may be.
The Emerging Leaders Council.
Yes.
Young professionals who are passionate about being active and so on. Can you talk about them a little bit?
Yeah. So we have an Emerging Leaders Council, and this goes to my point about you don't need to be a Wish kid or Wish family to get involved. It's an exciting group of young professionals who get together and are just excited about giving back. And I think it's also a really cool social way to network and just connect with other people and give back to such an amazing organization. So they're actually recruiting right now, which is awesome if you're looking to get involved.
Can you tell me a little bit? Let's talk about Connecticut specifically, because the viewers who are watching are going to be largely Connecticut viewers.
Yeah.
So 35 years, how many wishes has Connecticut granted?
So in 35 years, they've granted over 3,600 wishes. And our goal is always 250 wishes a year.
That's a lot of wishes.
It's a lot of wishes, and it's a lot of families, and you know what? It keeps growing. You know, we always have families that need to be referred.
And that's kind of sad in a way, Jake, that there's so many families. You're talking about 250 wishes, which is great, but 250 kids who are going through a really hard time.
It is very sad.
From that perspective.
It is very sad, but you know, it's a truth, right? We can't ignore that that's the truth.
Right.
And the fact that Make-A-Wish is here and we have that support system, my dad always said it's an extremely high entry fee to be part of this club, but if you have to pay it, you're glad you did, because you're brought into an actual family, that really a whole support system and a network of so many families that get what you're going through and can understand and can celebrate your successes with you, and also be the shoulder to cry on when you need that. And
that's the magic. Mm-hmm. That support is the magic, and that's one of the reasons that we do this program that you're a guest on today, is to link the community with those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And because it does take the entire community.
Yeah.
The people at school, they knew that you were going on that, didn't they?
Yeah.
The kids in your class.
Yeah. And it was something to talk about other than, hey, Jake's absent all the time.
Right.
You know, it was something to talk about, and it was so cool, like so many ways that the community can get involved. And I was actually I went to an event the other day at Make-A-Wish, and one of our donors was actually there, and they said, hey, I remember you played baseball with my son. And ever since then, we've been giving back, and we're so grateful for that. It's that, you know, like I said, the whole community, you don't have to be a Wish family to get involved, and it really creates such a loving and awesome community that these little kids who do feel so alone can walk into school or walk into their town and feel like, hey, you know what?
I just did something really, really life-changing and cool.
Yeah.
And I can share that. Now, what is a typical wish cost? And can you give us some examples of some wishes?
So the average cost of a wish in Connecticut is $10,000. which is steep. But you think about
there's a lot to that.
There's a lot to it. So one of our kids is going to that we're working on. He's 9 years old, and he wants to be a National Geographic kind of explorer.
Right, and Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah, there you go. So he's going down to Florida, and he's going to go to meet with an actual National Geographic researcher and study the Florida panthers and stay at a hotel and really get this experience. And then, that's one wish we're working on. And then one girl is going to Hawaii, something just to relax, get out of this cold weather that we've been having. I know it was 60 on Saturday, and now we have the snow.
I know.
So she's going to Hawaii with her whole family and just going to go zip lining and ATV riding and just get these experiences that are just pure fun and joy that after years of treatment and especially during this COVID time, how scary it's been.
Yeah, isolating.
Exactly.
Isolating. Now, the wish place where all this journey really begins, right, for discovery of the wish. How old is that?
Yeah, so the wishing place is very new, and we're very excited. So we opened it to the public in September of 2021, and it's truly spectacular. I mean, it's a space for our families. Now, Make-A-Wish Connecticut acquired the space in 2019 before COVID, and I think they said, well, this is a want. We really want this for our families to come and hang out, and COVID proved it's a need.
Now, you told me it was, like Disney meets...
Yes, Willy Wonka meets...
Right.
Everything.
And what about the bridge?
So we have our reflection bridge, which it's my favorite part, I'll be honest. Because this is where we'll have our alumni come back and celebrate the legacy of their wish by hanging an alumni star. So of the 3,600, we want all of our families to come back and hang a star. And not only is it fun to celebrate the legacy of their wish, but for when a little boy or a little girl or a teenage boy or anyone comes into the family and they're new and they can physically see how big this Make-A-Wish Connecticut network is and how many kids are out there living an awesome life and can come back and celebrate what Make-A-Wish has given them. And I know for a fact that I can't wait to hang my star up there along with everyone else and just be part of this Make-A-Wish family.
So when a kid crosses that bridge, or a mom crosses that bridge with her kid, she sees all these stars.
Yeah.
He or she, the little child, sees all these stars, and they're not alone.
They're not alone.
And then they see Jake, who is like so passionate and so, robust, and like that's the hope that family or that child need. And tell us about the little girl who met the Pope and what kind of magic can happen.
So I think, you hear the little girl that met the Pope. I mean, that's like alone. What?
I know. How do you arrange that wish?
If it can be done, we'll find a way. And Make-A-Wish Connecticut, she got to meet the Pope, and she got a blessing from a Pope. Now, she wasn't walking before this, and seriously, she went and met the Pope, and when she came back, she's now walking again. She's living a much better life, and it truly is the magic of Make-A-Wish Connecticut making that connection happen.
Yeah. And the power of the mind.
Yeah.
Right? The power of the mind to say, hey, I can go and meet somebody that I wanted to meet and be part of that, which was what you did.
Yeah, right.
Or I can go like this young man, or the young boy who's going to go down in Florida, or the one who's going to Hawaii. And what that does to the physiological part of the body and the hope and the happiness and the joy, and how that creates change for health and healing. And now you've chosen to come back and make this part of your career. How did that happen?
It just, I would say it chose me. I mean, I was just so lucky and blessed to be shown the magic of Make-A-Wish, I was like, it's something that never left me. So I was 9 when my wish was granted, and I said, I know this is what I want to do. And I'm just so happy to be back. I actually applied for an internship in May, and I got to intern for our amazing program director, who's a Wish mom as well. And there's that inspiration for me too. I was just like, wow, this is.
What's a Wish mom?
So her daughter was actually a Wish kid too.
Okay, so she talked to you, and you said, well, I was a Wish kid.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. She said, so how did you find out about Make-A-Wish? And I said, oh, I'm actually a Wish kid. And then it was a couple follow-up questions, and then she was like, okay, so this is what we'll be doing. There's a connection right there. And I always say this, whenever Wish families get together, something amazing happens. And it's truly, so now in my role, running the alumni program and keeping families engaged and coming up with events for families to get together, it's the biggest honor of a lifetime.
I wish that the viewers, that you guys at home, could be in the studio with Jake, because it did pick you. It did pick you, Jake, because it's like in your soul.
I appreciate that.
It really is. It comes across, your energy, the magnetism that you have, not only for the program, you understand the work that goes in. You were talking to me about your team.
Yeah.
And how they're so invested and how hard they work. And I mean, they're trying to pull a lot of strings to make things happen. And so that is a passion. And now you've taken all of that, plus your life experience, and you're just going to change people's lives.
Well, I appreciate that. And I really do attribute all of that to the day we were brought into the Make-A-Wish Connecticut family. It really changed everything for me, and I'm so fortunate that I get to see a lot of families benefiting from the amazing work they do at Make-A-Wish Connecticut.
You do. And you have a couple of ideas. One is a young adult program.
Yeah.
What's that idea?
So
how's that manifesting?
So this is very new, but it's something, because I hear more than anything, truthfully, is how can I give back? You know, these are from Wish kids, these are Wish families. How can I give back? You know, and you think they've gone through so much, and they want to give back. So I said, let's start a young adult program for our Wish kids and siblings to kind of get things going. And my idea is just to get kids who have kind of had their wish, alumni, and whether that be running events, we'll come up with events, or just getting them involved with the younger kids who are going through their wish journey, to be connected, and maybe it be role model or something, because it is so powerful and inspirational to connect with somebody who actually understands what we're going through.
Yeah, it's kind of like after the wish is over, it keeps going.
Yes, your journey's never over.
The journey's never over.
Yeah.
It's a ripple effect. We were talking before the show started about how these young people, shout out to young people who have been through so much, and you'd think they'd want to just all right, let me just go on and do something. They say no.
Yeah.
How do I give back?
Yeah.
And you're trying to think about ways that there can be a structured way that can happen.
Yeah.
And do you stay in touch with people as the years go on?
And you know, it's so cool, because the wish journey, like you said, it's never over. And now that we're really embracing this alumni program here at Connecticut, which is so new, I'm hearing from kids who's had their wishes granted in, 1989, Connecticut kids coming back and hearing about this. And so it's really been cool. I got to meet the Connecticut's second ever wish kid the other day.
You know what, Jake? There should be videos or some kind of, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
To have these various stories of the Wish kids who are alumni now?
Yeah.
Because they'd be also, I like that
and
too.
I always recommend ct.wish.org is our website.
Okay.
And we always have cool news stories and stuff like that, and just what we're doing at Make-A-Wish Connecticut.
You have a Facebook page too?
We do.
So it's important to check that out too, because everything's there as far as referrals, as far as getting involved, as far as volunteering.
And there'll be wish stories up there every once in a while of alumni that are just some great stories. And a lot's going to be happening with the alumni.
What about the people who have been on the other side? The celebrity who has said, Yes, you know, what are they? What is? Because you met some.
I've met a few celebrities, and I think it's really cool. I mean, I know one thing: John Cena, who's last I checked, has granted the most wishes, and is just an incredible guy. And you know, I met his dad actually. And I met John Cena when I was a kid at the hospital, and I went up to John Cena's dad. I said, you know, thank you for all your son has done. And his dad was like, yeah, he's so happy to do it. And so I think it really, just being involved with Make-A-Wish, it lifts everybody's spirits. Yeah. It's a magical organization, and you're commenting on my enthusiasm and passion, but it really is just, when you're in it, I want everyone to experience this, because it's a magical place.
It is. So is the logo.
It is.
You came in with your hat on today, and I see it on the shirt. And,
oh yeah.
You know, you just see Make-A-Wish in the star, you know, and you just think, wow.
Whenever I always tell everybody, whenever you see that logo, just know something good is going to happen. And that's the truth.
Anticipation.
It's the truth.
Anticipation. And isn't that a great way to go through life?
Yeah.
You have inspired me just by being who you are, because that is, it's a catapulting, right? That kind of attitude is what gets you to the next step and the next step and the next step, and creates a lot of change for a lot of people.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Anything else that we should tell the viewers today?
I recommend, I just want everyone to experience the magic of Make-A-Wish and really see what you can do, and
become a part of it.
Become a part of it. ct.wish.org it's a great resource for.
How long have you been employed with them?
Full-time since September of 2021.
They are very lucky.
I'm the lucky one.
Oh my gosh, it's a win-win situation for sure.
For sure.
So thank you so much for coming on The Link today, and we look forward to hearing more about what's going on with Jake and Make-A-Wish Foundation. So for all of us at Nutmeg TV, until next time.
Hi, I'm Michelle Wilson, and I'm the board chair of Make-A-Wish Connecticut. I'm so excited to take you on a tour today of the brand new Wishing Place. It serves as the home of the Make-A-Wish Connecticut chapter, and more importantly, as the home of all of our wish kids here in the state of Connecticut. Just like a wish journey begins long before a wish is granted, the Wishing Place experience begins the moment a family is invited for their wish discovery visit. Right now, they may be meeting with their wish-granting volunteers in spaces that remind them of their illness, like a hospital room or their homes. A visit to the Wishing Place, however, will unleash the child's imagination, taking them outside of their illness into a child-centered, imaginative, and inspirational space that's custom-made just for wishing. The moment you turn the corner onto Commerce Drive, the anticipation begins. The staff and volunteers will be waiting on the balcony to welcome families as they arrive, just in time to discover their special parking spot. Wish Family Lounge and Comfort Cafe serves as a launching pad for their experience in the Wishing Place, intentionally designed to look like an airport lounge to mimic the feel of the journey beginning. A wish is about the whole family, and siblings and parents are invited to join their wish kid for their Wishing Place visit. The building is designed to meet all of their needs, including a quiet place just off the lounge where wish kids or siblings with sensory issues can find a quiet and soothing space geared just towards them. Next up is the Arts and Imagination area, where kids can express themselves through art. The art will be displayed in our special Wish Art Gallery. Wish kids unfortunately miss critical moments of their childhood while battling their illness. The Woodland Play Area, however, will bring out the child in all of them. The Wish Factory is the culmination of the visit and unique to Make-A-Wish Connecticut. Wish kids will turn the giant wheel to open the door, where they will be immersed in an amazing digital experience that showcases wishes from every wish type. The Wish Celebration floor is dedicated to the next stage of the Wish journey. It will serve as host to Wish Reveals, Wish Delivery Parties, the Wish Alumni Program, and much more. The Community Kitchen is designed to make our Wish alumni feel at home and give them a sophisticated space to gather as a group. The Wishing Bridge will be a magical spot for families to take in the grounds and make a wish. We're so excited to welcome you to the Make-A-Wish Connecticut Wishing Place.